Hey, what's up? It's another episode of What You Strappin, and actually, uh, I have repeated myself. So, in a sense, I know I usually will post up something that's different, uh, rather a watch that's been on a different strap than what I've shown before. But I didn't feel like I captured the watch properly the first time I posted it, which was just yesterday, or I guess a few hours ago, depending on when I get to posting these up. But anyways, I think this looks better in natural daylight than the fluorescent lighting or whatever I got going on at home at my workstation, which was the first video that I posted and tried to make. So yeah, I just wanted to show it off better. It much looks way better in natural lighting, especially when I usually do it in my car, because it adds like a natural light box. And with today's weather being rainy, so the whole sky is basically a big solid white pane, or gray, I guess. But it's a soft enough lighting which looks good for photos and video. So anyways, yep, so this is on the stock titanium bracelet. Obviously, I don't have both hands to show off some of the features of this thing like I did in the previous video, because I had a camera stand or for my phone or whatever. But anyways, you can refer back to that one for some extra details about this watch that I may not be able to illustrate here. But otherwise, yeah, it's very comfortable. Obviously lightweight. The watch is thin. I think it's basically a total of 10 millimeters. And yeah, I just love the tones on this thing with the matte bead blasted or matte blasted, whatever you want to call it, titanium finish, and against this kind of gray sunray dial that's got the vertical texture, or sorry, horizontal textures. What would you call this? Some people call it like a deck planks or something like that, or maybe I'm not sure what you would call this. I'm sure there's a name for it. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Um, but yeah, that color, the applied indexes, just adds a little bit more pizzazz to an otherwise very Spartan and utilitarian look, which is nice. And that what they call polar blue accent on that second hand and on the outer parts of the dials near the indexes, as well as solar graph text. It's a nice subtle pop of colors, nothing too loud or in your face, too jarring, but it works nicely with this basically kind of a grayish tone that the watch has overall. So let me just back this up just to give a look at it at on my 7-inch wrist. Well, it's actually just under 6.9. And yeah, sorry, I just got done with work, so there might be some smudges and whatnot on this watch, but otherwise still it looks cool. Yeah, super accurate, has not deviated even slightly. It's pretty much holding at 0, which you would expect for a quartz to be very accurate anyways. But there are different levels of quartz accuracy. They're not all created the same or hold their their accuracy all the same, and some do deviate noticeably, and this one hasn't. Yeah, it's been about 3 days or so, but so far so good. I'm glad. It should hold up pretty nicely, and um, I think next to my the Casio G-Shock will always be accurate because it has the radio signals and the Bluetooth connectivity as well to also help it keep accurate time. But I would say, I guess my Seiko Tuna, the blue one that I have right now, SPBN, is it SPBN? SBDC, SPBN, I'm pretty sure it's 043 is the model. Whatever is my last one, the blue one, that one's pretty darn accurate too. But this one's up there, and yeah, it's great. Very nice, comfortable. I can see wearing this quite a bit actually. It's quite nice. And am I bothered by how does this compare? I mean, being that most of my watches are automatics or mechanical. How does the quartz fit in? I think pretty well. You know, I've done quartz in the beginning, and then I went to a lot of mechanicals, automatics later, and then now I'm slowly kind of going back to some quartz, and they definitely have a place in the collection, and I don't mind. I mean, the ticks, that's fine. The ticking doesn't bother me at all, actually, versus a smooth sweep. I mean, how they make high-end watches with a, what do you call it, deadbeat seconds or something, where it try to mimics a quartz ticking, which is kind of funny. You think about it, but yeah, it doesn't bother me as long as the watch is well made and accurate, and you know, it looks good. I think it's not a problem for me. Anyways, that's about it. I want to keep this short. I kind of got in most of the other details about the bracelet and maybe some other parts of the watch in the previous video. So we'll leave it at that today, and thanks for watching.